Hey guys, this is HTC EVO, and this is a video response to Chris Perillo and the whole battery life thing that a lot of people are saying that he's wrong, and obviously I think he is. I think he's an iPhone fanboy, but some people have been complaining about the battery life and stuff like that. I've had this phone since June 6th, since launch day, or sorry, June 4th. I think it was, so almost a month now. And I noticed that I have the original battery. I've noticed that the battery does get better when you use it over the days that you use it. For example, today I did moderate usage, and I have 19%. You can see up there. Sorry about the camera. I'm trying to put as much lighting as I can in this room. I have 19% there on the top left, and you can see it's I unplugged it 14 hours ago. I think at 7 in the morning I unplugged it. I've been using it pretty normal today. Almost every day before today I was using it like abnormal, like just doing constant tests and stuff like that. Today I woke up, I listened to podcasts with Beyond Pod. I connected it to Bluetooth stereo, so I listened to that for about a half an hour. So the radio running and the Bluetooth running. Always on 3G. I was on 3G all day except about a half an hour that was on Wi-Fi. After that, I got some text messages. I constantly get text messages. Let me go off screen real quick so you guys can see it. I subscribe to about 3 Twitter feeds, and as you can see, this is Twitter. And I just constantly get text messages from Engadget and Android Central and stuff like that. So that's running my battery right there all day. This is all in one day. I get a lot of emails. I have push email. See, that was today. I get a lot of emails. I think I might have checked my Facebook today. I did some internet surfing here and there. Did some phone calls here and there. I downloaded a podcast. I downloaded Buzz Out Loud, which is about 30 megabytes, I think, over the 3G network. I listened to it on Beyond Pod with Bluetooth headset, stereo on. What else did I do? Oh, when I got home, I tested. I have a program called Pixel Pipe, and I tested to upload a video that's about 50 megabytes. I did that through Wi-Fi. I wanted to see if it looked good when you upload it to YouTube. So that's the only time that I did that through Wi-Fi, and I think that dropped about 3% bars or something like that. So almost every day I've been not using it normal. Even up to now, on the days that I use it constantly, or have the navigation on or something like that, or just not on my normal usage, I think of constant usage, I get about 8 solid hours. If I take film and camera and pictures and stuff like that, but just constant. I don't know. I think Perillo, the reason why Perillo was using only got 4 hours on that test is because he had the 4G on. I don't have 4G in my area yet, so none of these tests are with 4G. But I imagine 4G will use a little bit more battery. No big deal. But it'll be worth it. I think Perillo had the 4G on. He had the Wi-Fi on. He had the or maybe not the Wi-Fi, but he had the navigation. Okay, when you first get this phone, it comes with, if you put in your Facebook information, your Twitter information, it's gonna check Facebook like every hour, or Twitter every hour. I'm probably off in those numbers, but it's around there. Okay, when you first get this phone, the reason why a lot of people are getting bad batteries is because you have all these things that other phones, like the iPhone, do not have. The iPhone doesn't check your Facebook every hour, even if you're not touching your phone. So if you get this phone, or any phone with Sense, or most Android phones, if you have all these things, Facebook, Twitter, email, your calendar, anytime you move a calendar event, it goes in sync up to Google. Every time you change your contact, a phone number for a friend, it goes in syncs. So all that is using data. So if you get all that stuff that's using data all the time, even if you have your phone just laying down there doing nothing, so it's going to use constant data, and that's going to drain your battery. So you have to make a choice. You can either turn some things on and off, or you can just put everything on and live with it. Like for example, I don't need to know the weather. I don't like that big weather icon. It looks cool, but I personally don't like it, so I took it off. I know that live wallpapers uses battery. Even if it does use battery and CPU power, whatever, I would take it off because I just don't like it. That's not my thing. You know, this might look to a lot of people like an iPhone. I've never owned an iPhone, even though I've used many iPhones from friends of mine, even the new iPhone. But this is just the way I like it. You know, I don't like. I have some widgets here, like this one that turns on the LED. It's pretty cool. This is, you know, this is just the way I like it. Also, Google Talk uses battery, so I mean, I've heard that Google Talk stays on, so if you're not using it, you could turn that off. Now, what I've noticed is that you got to play with the phone. You know, you got to be a little bit of a nerd, and you got to look at the settings and see what works for you. You know, if once you get that packed, I think you'll have good battery life, like more than what you think. For example, I got 14 hours. I still got 18% left. Also, what I notice is that usually when there's like less than 15%, that last 15% of the battery takes longer to waste than you would think. So with me, it gets stuck at about 8%, and it just stays there. Even if I'm using the phone on 3G or whatever, it just stays there, and it doesn't drain. So that number here on the top left might be a little misleading. Anyways, I don't mean to ramble on, but I'm gonna just show some of the things real quick. What I have for all of you that don't want to test it, maybe you want to use it the way I have it and get the most optimal settings. I'll tell you what I have on and off and what have you. First thing is you got to go to accounts. Okay, you go to menu settings and you go to account.